As Texas State University students head into the winter break, dozens still do not have the home that they signed up for. A new student apartment complex that was first promised an August 2019 move-in still is not ready. KXAN's Tara Rahman reports how it's costing students and found it's a pattern in the city of San Marcos.
Faris Zuhair has been fascinated with animals since he was a little kid.
They're completely harmless.
It's why the Californian is here in San Marcos to pursue his master's in biology at Texas State University.
This gecko species is called Bavia robusta.
Along with the stress of finishing his research and applying for PhD programs, Zuhair wasn't expecting to be homeless. He signed a lease here at the View on the Square in February, promised a guaranteed move-in by August 13th, before classes started.
They were close to campus, and I wanted to be able to walk to campus so I wouldn't have to worry about parking.
According to a July email we obtained from the city's development department, the View was one of 3 student complexes not on track to meet their August timeline, though they are not yet willing to admit that, the email says. In August, the View announced a new move-in date in September and offered Zuhair a hotel stay for a couple of weeks.
And then that 2 weeks turned into a month. And then they pushed it back another month, and then they pushed it back another month.
The View on the Square management blames the delays on COVID and supply chain and labor shortages. They told us that in March, quote, the owner took a hands-on approach to complete the project by bringing on additional supplemental workforce, as well as being on site to oversee the completion of the project. Move-in is now set for January 7th.
If you're saying August and you have every reason to believe that you're not going to make August, then that's just a lie.
Russell Sloan represents more than 40 people in a lawsuit against Haven at Thorpe Lane, another San Marcos student apartment company that sent these move-in guarantees to students, but didn't allow move-in until 9 months later.
You can't basically communicate false information to people that are trying to purchase a product or service.
The lawsuit alleges Haven at Thorpe's owner, developer, builder, and manager knew they were not going to meet promised move-in dates, but continued to advertise them. The evidence cited is based on internal emails between those Haven project leaders, as well as their emails with the city. Sloan says some of his student clients were couch surfing or living out of their cars while they waited.
They felt guilty that they made the wrong decision, and they don't want to say, hey, mom and dad, I'm sleeping in a car under an overpass.
Sloan says about 20 of his clients experienced some degree of homelessness. We reached out to Haven at Thorpe Lane, but the company said they could not comment on litigation. Student housing leases became such a big concern that the city of San Marcos dedicated a section to it in their development code back in 2017.
If for some reason my room is not ready when it's time for me to move in, that I can terminate my lease or that I can be given housing somewhere else.
And the code states if a student chooses to terminate their lease, there should be no financial penalty, and the landlord would have to reimburse all the student's deposit and prepaid items within 10 days. If these conditions aren't written into student leases, Hernandez says the city won't give the apartment company their certificate of occupancy. But here's the catch. The rule does not apply to any of the student apartments already built or under construction.
The complexes that have, I'll say, popped up since 2017 were well in the planning phases and permitting phases before this was adopted.
Hernandez says right now the only thing the city can do is inform folks who call about the city's estimated time of completion. Sloan hopes their lawsuit against Haven at Thorpe will at least get developers to be more straightforward about timelines.
This isn't right, and you're not going to do it anymore.
The View says they're providing temporary housing at 2 other apartment complexes. Zuhair says he was told he'd have to have roommates.
Which during a pandemic, that wasn't an option for me.
He also wanted to find permanent housing, so he took the second option in an email from The View of letting his lease with them auto-terminate. He paid out of pocket for his hotel room until he found this apartment.
I was lucky to find this place. I went to like maybe 30 apartment complexes, and I couldn't find anything.
Zuhair says the housing stress has delayed his graduation, and he's now paying for an additional semester of school to finish his thesis research. And he says he can't escape the cost of the apartment at the View on the Square that he's never lived in. I'll have more on that and a campus resource for students in this situation tonight on KXAN News at 10.
City of San Marcos telling us the View needs to fix issues with their sprinkler system before they can get their certificate of occupancy. They say after the View submits its paperwork, a final inspection would take at least a week or more to schedule and likely take at least 1 day to complete, but could not offer a more detailed timeline on that.